stretch out his hand upon America, how's he going to do it? He's going to do it with these missiles, man. And that's what's coming. That's why these other nations are steadily building up their nuclear arsenal, man. For one purpose and one purpose only, that's to use it on this place, America, man. All right? Why? Because that's what the Most High wants. The people of Edom have severely laid a hurt and a list of atrocities on the Israelites.
Right.
So guess what? The Most High is going to get his payback.
Right, that's right. The Lord said, Edom, you so-called white people, you Edomites, you have greatly offended, man. Greatly offended. You greatly offended the Most High and the Son, man. All right? So this is what's going to happen unto you. And we'll cut off man and beast from it. All right? And this Edom that the scriptures speak about is America, man. Because the so-called white man runs America. All right? But guess what? He not only runs America, he runs the other major continents of the world. So really, Edom, you as an entire nation, is going to get judged by the Most High. You're going to be put into slavery. All right? You're going to be paid back for all the wicked things that you've done on this earth, beginning with the nation of Israel. Okay? Okay? So the damn devil or the cracker over there in France ain't getting away. The crack over there in Britain ain't getting away. The crack over there in Germany not getting away. The crack over there in Spain ain't getting away. Just so you know, the Lord said Edom. So that means you as an entire nation, man. All right? Because that's how the Lord deals. He deals with nations, man. All right? Because you damn so-called white people, you like to plead the fifth. All right? You like to plead that you, oh, that was my forefathers. That wasn't me. All right? Okay? Look, our forefathers sinned and went off, and we paid. As an entire nation, man. All right? Because you might live in the fucking outskirts of some far country. All right? You might live in a damn a fucking cottage somewhere in a damn in the hills. Doesn't mean you getting away. You damn devils. Okay?
Right, this is Jeremiah 49 and 17. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation.
That's right, Edom shall be a desolation. All right? You so-called white people, you can't run anymore. You can't hide anymore. You are being exposed for what you are, man. All right? There's even a Bible dictionary out there in the 1900s? It came out in the 1900s, man, that literally said that the Roman Empire were Edomites, man. So this is without a shadow of a doubt. Edom is you so-called white people, man. All right? You can't deny it. All right?
And it also said that the Lord is here to redeem Israel, man. Right. You know? So that was a bad dictionary, man. That was a bad dictionary.
All right? So Edom shall be a desolation. All right? America's going to be pelted. America's going to be pelted with thermonuclear missiles. And to top the couple it, the chariots, the so-called UFOs are going to shoot laser beams and help burn this bitch. To a what? Desolation. Go ahead.
It says, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Yeah. That's what? Utter destruction, man. That's the future. You want to know the future of America? It's right here. A desolation. All right? And you go to the nations, you so-called East Indians, you Africans, you Arabs, you're not getting away. You aided the so-called white man in the transatlantic slave trade. You aided, all right, the so-called white man in scattering, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? The difference is the so-called white man is going to be actually obliterated, all right, exterminated, all right, but you other nations, you're going to be a perpetual slavery. You're going to be a perpetual subjection, man. All right?
It says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? All right, 5 cities full of faggot, freaks, and lesbians. Just like America, man. Okay, legalized all right? Put it in the damn in the law that two homosexuals can get married, that little kids can get sex changes, that a man can get a sex change and a woman can get a sex change, man. All right? That's what Sodom and Gomorrah was all about. Sexual immorality, man. Same thing that's being pushed in America, man. All right? The Lord sent fire from heaven on Sodom and Gomorrah. So that fire is going to come in the form of these nuclear missiles, man.
It says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall Son of Man dwell in it.
That's right. So this place is going to be utterly burned. You got that.
I got the scripture you say when he said that Israel is accountable for their sins because of our forefathers. The same thing goes for all nations, all people on earth, especially the so-called white man, right? Because they like to say, like you pointed out, oh, that wasn't us who brought the blacks into slavery. That's not us who did this back in Egypt or whatever. You know, well, here's the script. It says, the children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are cumbersome in the dwelling of the ungodly. All right? I'll read that again. It says, the children, you know what, before I read that, we get another script. Before I go to this,
So let me finish this out. Ezekiel 25 and 14. Most likely. And will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from teeming. All right? And here it is. And they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. The Dan is actually talking about the so-called Africans and the Arabs. Okay? You go into Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 6th and 7th verse, and also the 25th chapter of Genesis 1 and 3. It shows you who the Dan is. All right? Descendants of Africans or so-called Hamites. All right? And descendants of one of the sons of Keturah that came out of Abraham. That's the Dan. So it's talking about the so-called white man, the Africans, and the Arabs. Oh, how coincidentally they was involved with the slave trade. All right?
you get a John, Lamentations 5 and 7.
Right. So the Most High didn't forget about you other nations, man. Because on the top of the Most High's hit list is the so-called white race for all the atrocities that he's done, man. You know, ever since he's been in the power, this is what the so-called white race has done. That's why it tells what? That Esau or the wicked shall come to kill, steal, and destroy. Right? But don't forget about you other nations, man, because guess what? The Arabs, they had a part in making the slave ships, man. So you Arabs got to pay too. Okay? The so-called Africans. All the nations are the enemies of the Most High, which in turn are the enemies of the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So the Most High has all the nations on his hit list. Okay, but on the top of the hit list is the so-called white race, known as the Edomites in the Bible. Okay?
Oh, yes. Lamentations 5 verse 7. Yeah, you take that. Yeah. Lamentations 5 verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not.
Yeah, this is, first of all, let's say this clearly, that the Bible is only talking to one nation, the nation of Israel, who consists of the Latinos, the Native Americans, and the so-called blacks. If you look at these signs here, the 12 tribes of Israel, according to prophecy, because your condition and your condition basically explains who you are. Being at the bottom, even your geographical locations on earth is prophecy. The Caribbean Islands, Dominicans, Haiti, Dominicans sharing the place, all that's prophecy to prove that we are the children of Israel. Furthermore, read that again.
Our fathers have sinned and are not.
So who is he talking about? It's talking about the nation of Israel. Our fathers have sinned but are not. All right, which means that we are read it. What's it called?
Our fathers have sinned and are not.
Which means they don't live anymore. They don't exist. They have died. Keep going.
And we have borne their iniquity.
And what happens is that since they've died, we have borne their iniquities. So all the bad doings that our the nation of Israel has been punished because that's why they went into slavery into Egypt. When they went into slavery into Egypt, why were they brought there? Because they turned their back on the laws of Heavenly Father. And what happened when they were in Egypt? They were doing slavery. For how long? Over 400 years. And things are reincarnated. Kingdoms, which means rulerships, like the Roman Empire. Is today's Roman Empire is America. Today's Egypt is America. What's the proof to that? In Egypt, they were known for slavery, putting bondage on the people. If you have a brain, you know America's all about bondage, putting you into slavery. That's why you have a Social Security number. So America is that Egypt. America is that Babylon. America is Sodom and Gomorrah. You can't tell me America is Sodom and Gomorrah because what did America just do? Pass all laws for homosexuals to get married. How are you going to deny that? America is all those wicked kingdoms put into one. All right? And America is that Babylon, which means Babylon in Hebrew means confusion. It means Babylon in Hebrew, which means, confusion, okay? America's confused, man. You got people walking around with dicks thinking they're a woman. You got people walking around with pussies thinking they're a man. And I gotta get raw out here, man. That's how the prophets came. And you dummies thinking so. Now it's come to the point in this fucking cesspool America that you don't want to be identified as a gender now. This place is totally confused, man. You have women thinking they can beat up a man. All right? It's confusion.
Oh, and they're passing laws now where a man can go and use a woman's bathroom if he feels like he's a woman. So that just opens the door for what? Pedophilia, man. What do you think a pedophile's gonna do? Oh, I felt like a woman, or he's gonna stand there in court. But like, you know what? I felt like a woman that day. You know? This place is total confusion. But I got a scripture to prove about the Israelites, why we went into slavery. Now, when I mean the Israelites, I mean the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because it's the reason why the Most High allowed the other nations to rule over us. Okay, and the scriptures explain that. So this is Tobit, the 3rd chapter, verse 4. It says, "For they obey not thy commandments," and the "they" is talking about you Israelites, man. Okay, that's why we constantly went into captivity. That's why the Most High allowed the other nations to continuously have us in slavery. Okay, and America is no different. Okay, it says, "For they obey not thy commandments," because the commandments were only given to the people in that time, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. I say so-called because that is not our biblical names. All right, those are just, you know, they call us African Americans, they call us Puerto Ricans, Haitians. Yeah, those are bywords, which is also in the Bible. I say so-called because that's what we're commonly known as, and that's what our captors named us. Okay, but our biblical names are what you see on the left. Okay, so it says, "But they obey not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for spoil and unto captivity and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all nations among whom we are dispersed."
Read that again, that last part.
It says, "Wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil."
Yeah, thou hast delivered us for a spoil. What does it mean to spoil? A spoil means to steal. For booty and gain. Now, a spoil means to steal, right? Actually, now, the Most High said that he has given us unto spoil. We were stolen. Now, what happened? I mean, we all know that the so-called blacks were stolen and put into slavery. Even the Latino tribes were put into slavery in the South American and the islands, man. And the Native Americans, too. Really, it started with the Native Americans first, actually, because they were bringing Native Americans in the 15th century, the 1400s, bringing them, taking them from the Americas and bringing them back to Europe to do slavery in Spain. And that was in the 1400s, man. So they went into slavery. They were for spoil. So not only spoil is to steal, but really spoil is for money gain, all right? Booty, all right? What was that? Yeah, monetary gain. For trading, all right? For value. And you best believe, all right, that the whole slave the whole slave enterprise, so to speak, was all about making money, man. All right, and they had to make an excuse for labor. They had to make an excuse to not pay the slaves, so to speak. So they had to paint a picture that they're savages, animals, beasts. And then that's where you have slavery that comes into play. But anyway, we were taken for spoil, man. Like the Most High said.
It says, and onto captivity.
And what comes with that? Captivity. Aren't you if you're stolen, all right, and then not being paid, making accountable kind of money for the people that held you in captivity, right? For example, the slaves that were brought to America, we weren't paid for that. That's one of the greatest ways America became great, because they didn't have to pay their slaves, man. All right? And that's not taught in your schools, but guess who taught it to you? The Bible, the Most High. He told you we're going to be put in that predicament. He prophesied about us being put into slavery. So how is this scripture a lie? Read that again.
It says, for they obey not the commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death.
And unto captivity, and unto death. It was reported that 100 million, it was reported that 100 million slaves being cargoed into slave ships brought to the Americas, over 100 million men died, man. Well, excuse me, Africans, so-called Africans died. Which we're on the Africans, that's another subject. But over 100 million people died on crossing over the Atlantic.
Just go like this. Keep that.
So that's death. That's spoil. That's being stolen. All right? So the so-called white man, just on that alone, the scriptures say, get that in Exodus, he that stealeth the man, in Exodus 21 or something like that. All right? It talks about, first of all, it talks about, the Most High talks about stealing a man in the first place. All right? So just in that alone, you so-called white people are going to pay, man, for that. All right? You're going to pay for that. You get it? Keep going? Yeah, read that.
Right. I'll finish it up. It says, unto captivity and unto death, for a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, and a proverb of reproach. Not only were we were taken and stolen from our land, we were put forcefully, without unwillingly put into slavery.
Yeah, we didn't vote for it.
Yeah, we didn't vote for it. We didn't vote to be put into slavery. We didn't say, oh yeah, keep whipping me and put a chain on my neck and separate from my wife and my kids and cut off my balls and let me pick cotton, man. We didn't ask for that shit. All right, it's the Most High gave it to us, man. The Most High put us into punishment.
That's right.
All right? Now read that last part again.
It says, and unto death.
And unto death.
And for a proverb of reproach.
And a proverb of reproach. All right? A proverb which means bywords like nigger, spig, porch monkey. All right? Animal, or Indians. African.
Jigaboo.
Yeah, jigaboo. Cool. All right? Wetback. These are proverbs that are put upon our people, man.
Animal savages.
Animal savages. All right? Who has the most goddamn derogatory names on the planet Earth as far as a nation, man? The Israelites, man. Anyway, keep reading.
It says, a proverb of reproach to all nations among whom we are.
A proverb of reproach to all nations. Basically, we are to blame. We are to blame. Can you believe that? We are to blame for all the problems of the earth. But really, it's a so-called white man. But we are blamed for what? All right? You have shows in America saying, what's wrong with black America? How can we help them? They're the problem in our societies. That's why, what do you think we're filling up the jail cells for, man?
Well, all they gotta do, brother, all they gotta do is give us money, right? The government, the reason why the other nations rule over our people, because the government gives them money. They live poor in India and shit. All them heathens live in India, poor as shit, eating rat, living, you know what I'm saying, living nasty as hell. And they'll go, you know, a lot of them people go to school in their countries for free, universities for free. They learn how to be scientists, doctors, engineers.
so-called blacks and the Native Americans, man, and the Latinos. Who? But you know Puerto Rico stands for what? Port of riches. Puerto Rico and the Caribbean Islands are one of the world's richest continents in the face of the world, man. That's why the damn Edomites, the damn fucking Spaniards came over here to get all the spoil, the riches, the minerals, the foods, the victuals in this land. All right? Because the Most High put us over here, but where we were anyway, we were going up, but we flourished over here. But anyway, the point is we were robbed, mostly from our homeland. We were robbed. All of our artifacts, our ancient artifacts we have are all stolen. You know?
Like the elder was saying, the brother was saying, how Esau like calling them lazy. What Esau does is Esau comes up with these different terms in order to justify precedent. Like for example, like everybody hears some Django Unchained, right? There was a scene when Leonardo DiCaprio's character came out, he had the skull, and he said the science of phrenology is the key to understanding the difference in our two species. Phrenology was an actual science that existed during slavery. And basically what dealt with was the area of the skull that corresponds to basically the brain consists of different types of traits located in different areas. And the area of the skull corresponds with that area of the brain. However big that area of the skull was, that's how big that area of the brain was in everybody else. So the larger the area, the larger the tendency you had towards that particular trait. So they said, well, according to the slave skull, the back of the skull is large. And that's where the brain area of submissiveness is located. That means the Negro has a high tendency to be submissive. Therefore, making Negro a slave is justifiable. This is actually taught.
Yeah, they made it up.
They made it up.
Just like they made up evolution, all right? Or 9/11. Yeah. Or any goddamn thing.
That's what the question. They said the natives were savages. Going someone is savage makes it that much easier for you to exterminate them.
Ain't no bitches, man.
That's not a zoo.
Calling somebody a savage makes it that much easier for you to exterminate them. They put that stuff in Encyclopedia Britannica in order to justify their destruction. When they came over there to Hispaniola, the natives treated them like brothers. What did the white man do? He stabbed them in the back. It's that Psalm 53 chapter. War was in his heart. That's what the white man did. They came and they treated them like brothers. The white man stabbed them in the back. The white man was tough. Words was smoother than butter. Words was smoother than butter. But there was war in his heart. That's right. You know? You got that?
Yep. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
That's the mother so-called white man. His words are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. He speaks kind words and to make you more comfortable with it.
Smile at you. Like the women of our people, the white men get them fast, boy. They think that this is him talking.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's Jesus Cristo. That's the Lord, man. Nah, we can't go against the white man. Huh? You know, Moreno's bad. To be Indio, Taino, or whatever, that's bad. You know? No, man, that's a lie. This is our enemy. Know your enemy, bro, because they're about to come into our neighborhood to kill you and your children very soon.
Right.
You will order.
It's like now. His words smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words are smooth like butter, but in his heart, meaning in his mind, is war. He's thinking about bringing destruction. So you can't trust these damn devils, man. Go ahead.
Yo, it says his words were softer than oil.
Like a soft oil, you smell of oil. Let's be on.
Yet were they drawn sports.
Yeah, were his words drawn sports. Well, we got the sign right here indicating martial law. That's the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob, according to the Bible, whose name was changed to Israel, had 12 sons. And these 12 sons grew up of these 12 people. These are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. These are their biblical names. These are the names the so-called white man put upon us. And for our transgression of the Lord's statutes and commandments, the Heavenly Father allowed the so-called white man to bring the so-called niggas over here and call those slave ships. He allowed the so-called white man to take the land from the American Indians and commit genocide upon them. He allowed the so-called white man to go to Hispaniola, go to Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, South America, Mexico, and slaughter those people. Because why? We broke the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Heavenly Father, so the Most High rose by our enemies to punish us. That was our punishment. That's why we in the ghettos today. That's what we call the prison system. That's why there's always negative energy of us in the media. That's our punishment. Go ahead.
So in the prison system, back to Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses.
Right, we were robbed and spoiled. The land was stolen from the tribe of Gad, which is North American Indians. White man controls all those lands out there in the Caribbean, man. Now they'll have a black man or a black woman up being the prime minister of Jamaica, but when you look deeper, you'll find out that the queen of Jamaica is actually Elizabeth II. So Jamaicans never really got their independence. That's not even true. We are under the hand of the so-called white man who's Esau according to the Bible. And when the Lord comes back, who according to the Bible, he's so-called black man, it's Revelation in the 1st chapter. It tells you he had a green garment and a sword represents the word. And what's going to happen is the Lord is going to come back and he's going to deliver his elect. And when the Lord delivers us from this destruction, because America's going to be destroyed for what it's done to his Lord's people. Which are the people on this sign here. And when the Lord delivers his elect, we come back down, the kingdom of heaven is going to be built up. But all of them other nations, apart from these people, they're going to be serving unto us in the kingdom, man. And we never going to sin again, and the Lord himself is going to be amongst us, man. And that's what we waiting for. Waiting for the second coming of our Lord, man.
We know it's right there by the signs of the times.